My name is Alicia Wilson and I'm from Blenheim, but I now live in Nelson. My life before Legacy, Jesus and being planted in Destiny Church was complete chaos.
My name's Demetrius Wilson. I come from Gisborne. I'm 23 years of age. I grew up with no father. My father died when I was 3 years old. Sadly, I was introduced to my stepdad. I had a stepdad growing up, which he exposed me to a lot of dysfunctions, as well as my mum did. The drugs, the alcohol, the violence, the drug abuse.
I had experienced a lot of stuff during my childhood that I just kept bottled up my whole entire life. If I'm being honest, I never ever thought that I'd be able to speak about the things that I went through. I was highly dysfunctional in all areas of my life. I was sexually abused by my brother as a child throughout my whole entire childhood. My father was an alcoholic and my mother had experienced such a traumatic life that she used work as a way to cope with it, which meant I was alone and isolated a lot throughout my childhood.
I struggled with depression before Man Up. I struggled with depression, suicidal thoughts, drugs, alcohol, meth. I was also addicted to meth. I used it for to escape reality. I thought it was the answer to heal my problems. I was addicted to crime. I used to commit crime on a daily basis just to get my next fix for my next pain cure. Little did I know it was only a temporary feeling. Joined the gang life to feel wanted. I wanted to feel wanted by someone, loved. Little did I know that it wasn't love, it wasn't wanted.
By the age of 24, I had 3 kids. I ended up in another dysfunctional relationship. It was actually quite toxic, to be honest, but that's all I knew. That's what was normal. So I fell pregnant and had a 4th child.
Got out of prison thinking that I was going to change my life around, but it's easy to say when you are inside, locked behind bars, no one else but the Lord. So I got out, 2015, I met my wife and her 3 kids. I seen myself taking on the role as a stepfather, but I started dabbling in dysfunctions once again. I started raising those stepkids how I was raised when I was little, yelling at them, smacking them. I thought it was all right because that's how I was raised growing up, which led me back to prison again. 2017, I went back to prison.
The chaos that my children were exposed to on the daily was extreme. He ended up going to prison, and then I started daily using meth. I couldn't handle the fact that yet another person had left me in my life. Rejection was a major thing for me. Anyone and everyone in my life I felt had either left me, abused me, or just I'd pushed them away because I didn't know what healthy was. Ended up in Nelson. The father to my youngest daughter was here, so I come over here I actually come here to score drugs, and ended up being introduced to a beautiful lady who run a legacy group, and I was actually booked in to go into. I was about to give my kids up because Oranga Tamariki were seeking to uplift all 4 of them. I was going to give them up and try it at rehab. I knew I had to get clean. I wanted to get clean. I was so hungry to just be free. And then I met this beautiful woman from Legacy, and she told me just when she walked into the room, she brought something with her. I had no idea what it was, but I wanted it. She seemed so free, and she shared with me her testimony, and I knew I was scared. But they made me feel so welcome, and they shared with me their life stories. I just met these ladies, and they were sharing with me things that I could relate to. It became my safe haven where I could be open and real and raw and honest, and no one judged me. Everyone, the more I shared, the more I was loved. The more I shared, the more free I started to feel.
She was about to walk away from me, from my toxicness, from all my dysfunctions and stuff, if I didn't do nothing about it. I didn't want to leave her or the kids, as we had a kid of our own as well. So I heard about Man Up. She asked me if I could just go to Man Up for even just to give it a go and see what it's like. I said, nah, that stuff's caca, that stuff's not gonna work. Then she said, well, you don't know till you give it a go. So I gave it a go and I asked her, do I have to go to church if I go there? She said, no, you do not. So I went to Man Up first day and I have been committed since. I felt the love from the group, from the Man Up, and I went to church that first Sunday. I felt the love from the church. It was a love I never felt before.
And so on that Sunday I went to church, and I'm happy to say that from the first time that I ever went to church, that was the last time that I've ever touched pee. So I'm 14 months clean now and sober too. So stopped the alcohol, the cigarettes, everything.
Through Man Up has helped me overcome a lot of my addictions. You know, it's helped me overcome my addictions to alcohol, my addictions to crime, my addiction to the system. It has helped me become a better father than what I used to be. It's helped me overcome my depression in a lot of ways that people would not notice. Even my anxiety, I am able to be a confident man.
It's a mixture of both. It's being planted, but legacy too. Legacy is the place where I've been able to get really free of my stuff, talk about some stuff I never thought I'd ever be able to talk about, and then through Jesus Christ, He's set me free.
It has helped me gain a brotherhood that is there for me when I am down, there for me when I'm needed to be, when I need them to be there. They will always be there and love me.
Life for us now is happy and content and peaceful. But even when it's not, we know that we've got the support of our sister, or my sisterhood, or our sisterhood and the brotherhood through Man Up and Legacy, so we can get back on track. Because we have the right role models in our life to learn from through the church and through Man Up and Legacy, that's how we continue to live every day in functionally instead of dysfunctionally.
I have a thriving family. I'm just happy to be a part of this family, to be honest. A family following the Lord, following God.
I would say that Man Up and Legacy is the answer. It's the answer that you're seeking. If you're hungry for change in your life, you can get that change and support and love through Man Up and Legacy.
One thing is that you gotta want the change, eh?
Yeah.
If you don't want the change, then it's not gonna work out for you. But if you really, really want the change, Man Up and Legacy is here for you. They will help you through the struggles, through the good times, the bad times, through all the time, till death do us part.